Do you think by sharing everything about your home life with your friends or always prioritizing them over your partner, you're proving your masculinity or loyalty? It's quite the opposite. You're proving to your partner that she's in a shared relationship with your friends, not a secure private one. If you're constantly seeking your friends' approval and are afraid to say no to them, this video isn't for you. Don't waste your time. In this section, I'm going to expose a truth that is the Achilles heel for many men. When you lose the boundary between friendship and family, you're effectively telling your partner she has no special place in your life. I've experienced firsthand how letting friends' opinions dictate my personal decisions made my partner see me as a weak-minded person who hasn't grown up yet. I learned that authority means having an iron boundary. It means friends have their place and your partner has hers. If you don't know how to tell a friend they've overstepped, you aren't the commander of your own life. You're about to learn how to be an authoritative friend, not a victim of peer pressure. Step into the unseen. Welcome to the ultimate masterclass in decoding the female mind. Auctioning off privacy. How excessive socializing destroyed the psychological security of your home. The paradox of friendship and family. How to remain a loyal friend without compromising your spouse's security. Do you recall our discussion in episode 11 regarding a woman's emotional security? Today, we are going to explore how, without the foundation of financial security, that very emotional sanctuary can suffer a systemic collapse. Once that financial security is established, as we analyzed in episode 15, the next strategic challenge is the management of social boundaries. Today, we enter one of the most contentious arenas of masculine life, an area that, if mismanaged, can act like a slow-moving termite, eroding the foundations of intimacy that we have meticulously built in previous sessions. The core issue is, where does brotherhood end and the betrayal of family priorities begin? In an era where we are perpetually under the stress of technology news and the volatile oscillations of the gold and coin markets, the masculine urge to retreat into social circles as a defense mechanism has intensified. However, the strategic question remains. Are you opening the doors of your emotional fortress to external influences that threaten your spouse's peace? Let us deconstruct the psychology of multiple loyalties. From the perspective of evolutionary psychology, men have an innate biological drive to seek peer group alliances. This is the root of the profound pleasure you experience during late-night gatherings or endless discussions regarding the dollar rate and automotive markets within male circles. However, a systemic conflict arises when this group alliance contradicts the emotional exclusivity required by your spouse. My critical observation of modern couples is that their boundaries have become porous. When you allow the opinions of your friends concerning your lifestyle, your tech investments, or even how you should treat your wife to influence your domestic decisions, you are effectively abdicating your managerial authority. Psychological interpretation informs us that a woman must feel she is the absolute priority in your mental hierarchy, rather than feeling she is in a constant competition for your attention against your social circle. A deeper layer of this segment involves the phenomenon of social infiltration and subliminal erosion. Frequently, friends, even those without any malicious intent, inject new stressors into your life through erroneous comparisons or unprofessional advice regarding financial markets like gold and currency. These emotional shrapnels eventually strike your spouse at home. An authoritative man is one who possesses an information filter. He understands precisely which aspects of his private life must remain within the dual vault of secrets. I emphasize that excessive intimacy with friends at the expense of your spouse's isolation is a hallmark of emotional immaturity. To ensure your script reaches its maximum volume, focus on the concept that managing friends is a masterclass in crisis management. You must be able to say no to a friend when their presence conflicts with the tranquility of your home, This is the soft authority that solidifies the pillars of your wife's emotional security. Ultimately, we must address the philosophy of strategic equilibrium. We are not suggesting that you sever your social ties. Friendships are vital for a man's mental health. However, we are advocating for a hierarchy of values. In the subsequent parts, we will explore highly operational topics such as identifying and neutralizing toxic friends, setting behavioral standards for social visits, and the art of defending your spouse in her absence. We are learning how to be the chief diplomat of your own life, someone who maintains the perfect balance between the cold world of technology and numbers outside, and the warm world of emotions within. Do not let a fluctuation in the coin market or the temptation of an untimely social gathering disrupt the balance of this scale. You are building a life where authority and affection coexist in perfect harmony. In this stage of our strategic analysis of social boundaries, we must confront a layer that most men avoid due to peer pressure or the nostalgia of old ties: the identification and neutralization of toxic friendships. From the perspective of social psychology, our inner circle acts as the hidden architects of our mindset. My psychological critique of men operating in high-pressure environments, such as technology, currency, and gold markets, is that they often flee to social groups as a relief mechanism. However, many of these groups are not sanctuaries. Instead, they inject negative competition, unjust comparisons, and unconstructive criticisms that target the heart of the marital union. A toxic friend is one who, instead of respecting your family priorities, constantly challenges your authority with phrases like, "You've changed," or "You used to be more fun." You must realize that any destructive infiltration from friends into your home directly targets your spouse's emotional security, the very foundation we deconstructed in Episode 11. Let us examine the technique of strategic relational filtering. An authoritative man, much like a top-tier executive in the tech world who purges malicious code from a system, must categorize his friends based on the value they add to his life. Are your friends individuals who contribute to your intellectual growth and provide stability during extreme gold and coin market volatility? Or are they characters who encourage reckless behavior and the neglect of your spouse's needs, thereby creating conflict, the subject of Episode 17, within your home? Psychological interpretation informs us that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If these 5 people lack a profound commitment to the sanctity of the family, you will gradually and subconsciously abdicate your domestic strongholds. Real authority lies in the ability to limit your inner circle to those who respect the choice you have made for your life and your partner. Another sensitive layer is the management of confidential information. One of the most catastrophic errors men commit is sharing the intricate details of marital disagreements or sensitive financial strategies, such as purchasing significant amounts of dollars or specific investment moves, with their social circles. My critique is that this makes your fortress porous. When you take the secrets of your home outside, you are effectively allowing outsiders to sit at the center of your decision-making process. An authoritative man is the vault of his wife's secrets. He understands that his spouse's reputation among his friends depends entirely on the narrative he constructs. You must never allow your friend's mental image of your wife to be shaped by your fleeting moments of anger or exhaustion. This is not only a betrayal of her emotional security, but also, from the perspective of self-esteem psychology, a sign of internal weakness in managing personal affairs. To ensure this part achieves the absolute maximum volume for your records, emphasize the concept of social standardization. You must signal to your social circle that the rules of the game have evolved. A modern, successful man is not one who spends his days endlessly in social clubs or bachelor gatherings. He is a man who has a strategic plan for every minute of his life, from monitoring the tech market to spending high-quality, uninterrupted time with his spouse. In the subsequent parts, we will explore the vital topics of authoritatively defending your spouse in public and the art of balancing old friendships with a new life. We are learning how to build a power social network that, instead of threatening your marriage, acts as a secondary engine for the collective progress of you and your partner. Do not let the nostalgia of the past imprison the brilliant future of your relationship. The diplomacy of loyalty and the art of authoritative defense. How to safeguard your family reputation in social circles. In this critical segment of our social deconstruction, we address a topic that tests the true caliber of a man's character in his spouse's absence: verbal loyalty and the preservation of the partner's image. From the perspective of group dynamic psychology, social gatherings possess a peculiar potential to generate an atmosphere of mockery or criticism regarding one's life partner. My psychological critique of many men is that, in an attempt to conform to the group or to avoid appearing weak in front of their peers, they allow inappropriate jokes about their wives, or, even worse, they initiate the criticism themselves. In a world where we assign vital value to every second of the technology market and the fluctuations of gold, coin, and currency prices, we must realize that the emotional credit of the spouse in social circles is our most precious symbolic capital. An authoritative man is one who, with a single firm gaze or a decisive sentence, refuses to allow any third party to cross the boundary of family sanctity. This is the very emotional security we discussed in Episode 11, a security that must be maintained by the man even when the woman is not physically present. Let us analyze the strategy of the verbal infiltration barrier. One of the most significant tactical errors is sharing your spouse's vulnerabilities with friends under the guise of venting. Remember, your friends, even the best among them, do not possess expertise in clinical psychology, and their solutions are usually based on their own personal and often flawed experiences. When you open your heart to your peers in the heat of pressure from dollar prices or tech world professional tensions and complain about your spouse, you are effectively granting them a license to intervene. Psychological interpretation teaches us that your friend's mental image of your wife is a mirror of your narratives. If you speak of her as a queen, they will be compelled to respect her. If you portray her as weak, you have cleared the path for future disrespect. True authority lies in ensuring that bedroom secrets and kitchen challenges never pass through the exit door of the home. The next layer involves managing peer pressure regarding activities outside the family schedule. Friends who constantly pressure you for untimely plans and remain indifferent to your commitments to your spouse are, in reality, testing your emotional maturity. My critique is directed at men who cannot utilize the word no authoritatively. You must be able to tell a friend, "I place a strategic value on my family time, and my plans for tonight belong to my wife." This statement does not diminish your stature. Rather, it informs those around you that you are a man of intelligent prioritization. In the gold and currency markets, you do not move without a strategy. So why do you allow accidental social interactions to steal the golden time of your relationship? You are the CEO of your time, and your primary stakeholder is your family. To ensure this part reaches the maximum volume for your records, emphasize the concept of being the family brand ambassador. In every gathering, you are the representative and ambassador of your marital union. If you respect your wife, the world will respect her. This is an unwritten law in the psychology of influence. In the fourth and final part, we will explore the sensitive topic of the balance between the extended family and the spouse, and how to correctly integrate friends into a shared life. We are learning how to engineer our social circle so that it is not a burden on the relationship, but rather a support network for our greater successes in the realms of technology and economics. We are learning how to remain intimate with the world while keeping our private fortress of two impregnable. Engineering the ultimate equilibrium, building diamond-hard boundaries between friends, parents, and your spouse. We have reached the strategic pinnacle of social relationship management. In this final segment, we must confront one of the most complex psychological knots for men: the intersection of loyalties. From the perspective of systems dynamics psychology, an authoritative man stands at the center of multiple concentric circles of influence: friends, the extended family, parents and siblings, the professional environment, and the core nucleus, the spouse. My psychological critique of many men submerged in the high-velocity world of technology and the volatility of the gold and coin markets is that they often merge the boundaries of these circles as a path of least resistance. They allow the interference of the extended family or the unsolicited advice of friends to leak into the private sanctuary of the spouse. Remember, as we established in episode 11 regarding emotional security, your wife must know that in your hierarchy of loyalty, no one, and I emphasize, no one, stands above her. If she perceives that you are compromising her peace to appease your friends or parents, your authority in her mind will suffer a terminal collapse. Let us explore the technique of strategic prioritization of time and energy. Managing friends and family does not imply their exclusion, but rather their correct placement within the life puzzle. In studies related to psychological well-being, men who can maintain their social connections without generating a sense of jealousy or insecurity in their spouse possess the highest levels of social intelligence, SQ. Psychological interpretation informs us that you must maintain an emotional calendar. Just as you have precise schedules for analyzing dollar prices or reviewing new tech projects, you must have protocols for social interactions. Your spouse should never learn about your plans with friends from a third party. She must be the primary confidant of your social decisions. This proactive respect ensures that she supports your independence with a tranquil heart, knowing she remains the undisputed priority. The final layer of this discourse is defending the domain against imposed traditions. Often, social pressure emanates not from friends, but from traditional family patterns that may not align with your modern, authoritative standards of living. My critique is directed at men who remain passive in the face of these pressures. As the architect of this life, you must communicate to all parties that the rules of my home are established solely by my wife and me. Being authoritative does not mean being aggressive. It means possessing transparent and non-negotiable boundaries. When you stand with fortitude to protect your spouse's sanctuary from undue interference, even from your closest peers, you are strengthening the emotional bloodline of the relationship. This integrity ensures that she will stand by you with all her might during economic fluctuations in the gold and currency markets, because she knows you are her impregnable fortress. As we conclude episode 18, remember that you are not a solitary island, but you are the king of your own castle. Social relationships should be like the gardens surrounding the castle, adding to its beauty without being an invading army seeking to breach the walls. In episode 19, we will dive into the highly sensitive and vital topic of the psychology of intimacy and physical connection, how to keep the flame of passion alive amidst the daily grind. We will learn how the quality of this connection acts as the primary engine for our external successes and financial triumphs. You are completing the most advanced course in life management. Do not let any social noise distract you from constructing this masterpiece of a partnership.